Hey guys, welcome back. We're here in the second series of Bike Talk for the geeks among us, and we want to know when I'm riding on the Tour Divide. Welcome back, Jeff. Thank you, Chris. Thank you for joining again and helping us walk through the gear that's going to be on the bike. This is the bike set up with the bags, really ready to ride. Is this about how you'd be riding it? Plus or minus some small details? Yeah, this is exactly the setup I'm going to be running. I have it fully loaded with all the gear, all the clothes, everything I'm going to be riding. The only difference is I don't have water and I don't have food. Okay. So yeah, why don't you point out what the different bags are, big picture, and then we can start to open them up and see what's inside. So one of the great things about this has been geeking out about all the different options. If you can't tell from the bike video, a lot of thought has gone into every aspect of this. Same thing with the bags, maybe even more so. So I'm going to start here at the back and talk about these. So these are the heavy lifts. These carry most of my stuff. They're from a company called Tailspin Cycling. They are kind enough. They've heard about my story and fighting blindness. They're sponsoring me. Kudos to them. That aside, they make amazing stuff. It is top tier things. This whole rack system, there's a 20-liter bag on the top. It's a roll top. It's waterproof. So you can't really see it maybe, but there is a rack that's clamped on here and then going straight back. And then it's got some legs that go down. Yeah, I'll tell you what. How easy this stuff is to take on. What? That's probably good enough too. But this whole thing, I can take this whole rack off in 10 seconds. It unclips from here, unclips from down there, and comes off from the keys. And what's the use case for doing that? Well, so I have strategy around how we're packing. I'll get into that in a bit. But the great thing is, hey, I can get in here to pack it by moving it out a little bit. But at night, when I camp, I can just go throw this bag on a table and put my bike somewhere safe. Or for like training rides where I ride somewhere and I need to take a car home. I've done that with old school racks on there, and you can't put the bike on the rack, on the car, because you have to take all the racks off. So this got shut off. And I'm assuming these bags are waterproof. So. Yep. This is 20 liters up top. Pulls on my camping gear. And yeah, it expands a bunch more, and with the straps on it, to make it really big. So for instance, you said you didn't have all your food with you. Is that what you'd use some of the extra expandable space for? You got it. Attached to that are two 16-liter panniers. I originally got 10-liter panniers because I want to try to carry as little stuff as I can. Turns out with all the filming that I'm going to be doing, just wasn't feasible. Plus, I have to have enough stuff to go from days where it's going to be 20 degrees, walk through snow, to when it's going to be 120 degrees and it's in the baking sun. So there's just such a variety of terrain, clothes, things like that really need some extra capacity. How about the middle of the bike? Middle of the bike. So the cutthroat is cool because they expanded the frame so you could fit 4 water bottles normally. But I want to make sure I use every inch of space. Not a lot of space. It's going to be a lot of time. So I went back to that rigs of the Tour Divide, and I kept seeing this little panda icon everywhere. Turns out it's a company called Road Panda. Yep. And they do custom frame bags. So I had them made. They already had all the specs for it. So it's custom, but almost semi-custom, because a third of the riders doing this every year are on this bike. I bet they sell a bunch of those. Yep. Exactly. It's bolt-on, so it uses all the water bottle boxes that are around there. I got the webbing on the top to give a little extra support because there's going to be a ton of weight in there. It's got 2 pockets, top and bottom. We'll get into that when we go through the whole gear check bit. And then another flat pocket on the other side. Not quite waterproof. So it'll, things like electronics I put in there in a water bag or a forklift bag. But great carry capacity. How about this one? That looks like a great use of space. Yeah, so that's another one from Tailfin. It mounts to the water bottle cages that are down there. Some people use water bottles down there, which is a great place to carry water. Problem is, everything that you ride through gets tipped down. So they get covered in dirt and other stuff when you're riding through with patchers. Instead, I have a tail-thin cage bag. So us those things. And that's where I have all my gear. So that's going to be all my tools, my extra lube, 3 thumbs, all the bits and bobs like that Ambassador's patch kit, chain rings. And that way, some of that stuff's pretty heavy, so that way it's low down to, I don't care if that gets copy.
Here's hoping you don't touch that for the entire trip.
Definitely use a chain lube.
Chain lube, okay, yeah. You've got permission. How about up here? What do you even call this kind of bag?
So that, I've heard a bento box, taut tube bag, stem bag, this is Absolute Panda again. I've used some other ones, but this is pretty wide, so I think it's super. So I'd like to pretty standard bolts on, so I don't have to worry about it falling over anywhere. Other than that, it's pretty same.
And how about these two?
So those are the feed bags from Resolute. What is another great company? These bags, these are my workhorses. You'll see there's water bottles there, put camera in here. We got some pockets on the outside so I can put other stuff. Wrappers go in there. Yeah, I just use those for heavy.
Because it's close and handy, quick in and out.
Yep. And the other nice thing is that there's a couple of them, you've got some options. And if you go buy, if you need extra water capacity, you can go to a store, buy one of those big water bottles and stick it right in there. And
because these look like they expand a little bit, so it's not exactly bike water bottle size.
Yep. Exactly. And they cinch down too, so you don't lose stuff out of them too.
How about here?
All right, so this is my tent. So tent came in a waterproof bag. Very sort of pants. When I had to buy blind got me.
Lower down on the front?
Yeah. So up front, I need to carry a lot of water on this. There's stretches where there's going to be no water for 80 or 100 miles. So I want to carry, I think I have about 9 years of capacity. Sure. Most of that's because it's all on the front. So there's no bags up there, but there's tail fin, I forgot what they call it. It was like the fork mount thing. But it basically means you could put 2 bottle cages on either side. And I'm using 2 1.5 liter mountains just for lower capacity. On the other side is another bottle cage. On this side is my bear spray. It's going to be nice.
Are there ever parts of the trip where you can move the spray up here for super close handling?
I hope not. No. The reason why it's there, unfortunately, is because I can reach down very easily, strap it. Let them use it.
I trust you.
This isn't inert. It's just
got it. Okay.
Say first third or so of the trip, that'll be there. When I get to a point where I'm out of grizzly range, you don't have to worry as much about black bears. So once I get out of grizzly range, I'll swap that out for another water bottle stage.
One thing we haven't talked about is this hose.
Yeah.
That's obviously attached to water somewhere.
So I mentioned that this bag has 2 compartments. This one is sized specifically for an Apidura 1.5 liter ladder. So maybe you open this up. Kind of cool. Your little neck pulls out. Fill it up with water. All it back in. And then, comes out thing. I put a check valve in, so I don't have to worry about it going back. So maybe go cheaper there. And then I put a little cord retractor from like an ID badge. So it's always in the right place.
All right. How about we take a little bit of a break, and then we come back, talk about what's in all these bags. So we're back, and Chris is going to talk us through what's in all these impressive bags.
So part of that is packing strategy. And you won't be surprised to know I overthink all of this stuff. And my thought is there's 2 things. One, there's accessibility while you're riding, which is most of what that's about. It's some degree back there. But mostly, I picture pulling up to a clearing in the middle of nowhere. It's dark. I've had a long day, and it's pouring rain. And I want shelter as fast as I can. And I want to get out of my wet clothes. I want to get dry, comfy for the night. How do I do that without getting my city bike wet, without getting my clothes wet, without fumbling? So my thought is around, first thing that happens is I get to camp, pat this out. Here's my tent. So I go set the tent. And now I've got shelter. I've done some things to modify this to make it a faster setup. Like the stand tent is now attached to the tank. I have to pack the things in certain ways so that I can set it up 1, 2, 3, and done. Once you have the tent set up, I want to get it set up for sleep. So the next bag is my sleep setup. We sleeping mat, which is a Sea to Summit Etherlite XT.
That's the inflatable mattress.
Yes. Yeah. Very thick, very lush. My sleeping bag, which is a Sea to Summit section 8 Reddit, 30-degree insulation. It's just, and a pillow. So that's my sleep system. And then my luxury item, I've got a Nemo Moonlight Elite chip. Does that weighs about 11 pounds, but I figure, at the end of the day, I'm going to be tired. I'm going to be out of the wilderness, and you better sit down. Or if it's a rainy day, I'm stuck in my tent, be able to set this up in the tent and then sit up instead of just laying down all day. So, seems definitely to be worth the that. That's it for this band. So, now we're at camp. I've got the tent set up, got the sleep stuff set up. It's all dry. It's all dry, hopefully. Dry as it can be. This tag has all my clothes. Go through all the items here. I still know exactly what I'm going to bring, but suffice to say, rain jacket, topping center, puffy jacket, because it's staying it cold. And then just all the riding gear, sun hoodie, face. I guess when it's really hot out, I put on an extra layer, but I've heard that's a lot better than the sunscreen that wears off. And then lots of wool stuff for when it's cold, the opposite of that. And then also in this one, I have my iPad Pro. This phone is useful for me, but not very useful. I really need the giant screen on this. So, sucks that it's going to be this big and heavy to carry around, but it's kind of one of those things that's how I adapt out there.
Do you think you'll need to recharge it during the trip?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. So, this obviously I won't be charging off the HUD directly. I'll be charging at night, and it's out. And then Kindle, believe it or not, I can still read. Nice thing about the Kindle is any book becomes large text. That being said, I've gone in 5 different overnights this year, and I'll brought this on everyone. I haven't used it once. By the time I'm ready to go to bed, I'm ready to go to bed. So we'll see if that comes with me. All right. So that's it. So tent set up, I'm inside, I'm all on dry. Now it's time for food or whatever else. So that's where this bag comes in. So I mentioned before, it comes off very easy. So I can go up in your table. I don't have to find the bike. But to make it easier, I'll do it on the bike here. And compression straps, which can also be used if the pannier mount breaks or something else breaks. But for now, they're good on the bike. We're on the bag. It's a fair bag. Use a little fair bag. So I can, again, those grizzly bears and black bears all route. Anytime I'm camping, I'm volunteering up in a tree, or in a bear box if it's a campsite. So all the food goes in there. Let's see. Toiletry kit, very minimal. I think I've got a toothbrush, a couple random things in there, and that's about it. Let's see. Some rope to take string to put that up in the bear bag up in the trees. So, first aid kit. Hair boots, wipes, showers out there. Was it a little backpack from Apidura? So in the cases where I need to bring a lot of food or a lot of water, I'll be able to use this. And then, strap stuff on my back, take stuff out of here. Yeah, be handy to have.
I could imagine putting something light in that, like your jackets or any of that stuff, and that way you've got less heavy stuff on your back and put the heavy stuff in the bed.
Exactly. Yep. Exactly. Yep. Platypus 2-liter water bladder. So for this, throwing all that is in the nest. Extra fuel canister. A little light to use at night on the picnic table and the tent, wherever. For TP and a trowel, because I'm not always going to have a facility when I want. Extra relay straps. Extra charge battery, so in case something happens with that one. This is that's your kitchen. Yes, this is the kitchen. Well, this plus this. So this is a Jetboil Minimo. It's easier. I've been planning to use an MSR rocket with a digital titanium cup. I decided to go with this because I started looking at the fuel burn rates. Again, overthinking everything. I realized this one is I think 4 times more efficient with its fuel use than the other.
That's fueled by this.
Yep.
Any idea, will you need to replace this, or will one get you through the better?
No. So there's actually inside of here, there's another one of those, plus the burner, plus my French press kit, so my coffee maker.
Priorities.
I have coffee, come on now. The fact that I'm not bringing an espresso machine, it's going to be a real restraint. And so yes, it's a little heavier, a little bulkier, but hopefully it means that I'm restrained without fuel when I need it. Coffee goes into this. Inside of here, there's also an extra water filter and a lighter. Yes, if. Silicone bowl, because why not? Space blanket. So in case anything goes wrong or I get a really cold night, I have an extra layer of something. That's it. That's it for camping day. Shall we move up to here?
Yeah, let's get to the front part of the bike, or the middle part of the bike.
Yeah, we're going way forwards. So I showed you guys the water bladder. What's in here? Also in here. Usually there's another water filter. I bring 2 water filters. I was doing the test overnights and found a water source that uses roaring blow. And I'm down there filtering water, and to do that, you have to dip it in. And I realized if I let go of that thing, it's going to be 50 yards downstream, and it's bad. So I'm bringing 2 just in case, because they're spouted lightweight. So that's usually down there, plus the water filter or the better bladder. It's also, if there's a place where water is plentiful, I may not use the bladder, I'd use that as extra carrying bison. Moving on to the top bucket here. All right, so this is the batteries and electronics. So this is the GoPro battery, drone batteries, an extra cache battery for charging. I also have a spare GPS, which is kind of a big expense for something I hope I never need. But again, if I crash and something happens to that GPS, kind of at the creep. So I figured it's worth the investment to get a 7-acre GPS. So that's all in here from the waterproof bag. And let's see what else we got here. Oh, here's the water filter. So carries in, be free, folds up nice and small, weighs nothing, looks great. Headlight, so this goes on my helmet. So up here, so I don't plan to ride at night, but I might have to, either because something happened, or maybe that there's a town 20 miles away. If I make it there, I get to stay in a hotel room and have a nice day. So best to have a light to be prepared. If you're selling sunscreen, there's another battery, another headlight for around camp. Also because, honestly, I'm going to be up in Canadian Rockies alone at night. I like the idea of having lots of light. So there's lots of light. Extra headphones. I'm going to be, I don't know how I'm going to tearing through podcasts, audiobooks. There's going to be a lot of time spent out there with them. So if I have an extra set, just in case something happens. And tire plug kit, which is easily accessible here. And another lighter. Good safety. A lot of food will go in there too. So there's still some extra capacity in there.
All right. Keep going.
All right. So this side is flat. So there's a lot of more flat stuff in here. This is where I keep all my cables. So I tell you that I overthink things. I figured out I'm going to need 3 different types of cables. I'm going to need USB-C, micro USB, and an iPhone. So all the micro USB are rated with bright color black. All the USB-C are just a solid color, as the iPhone no white. And that way I know what's plugged in at a different time. Same decent. And ID, this will go on my thing so that if anything happens, got emergency popped up and click. It's a Topi multi-tool. So this has all the things I'll need, all the various attachments to fix things on the bike. So all the different hex keys, torques. It's got a chain tool on it. So that's easy to access pocket. Leatherman grips all the things off the bike. Pretty standard. Wallet, special wallet. So waterproof, non-waterproof on, airproof, right? It's bright the color so that if I leave it somewhere, I'll be able to get on. And then batteries. I got a bunch of batteries. Electronic shifting on the bike. If the battery wears out on the bike, then I'm in whatever gear I'm in. And in a mountainous thing where you're going up or you're going down, that sucks. So I have a bunch of extra batteries, and I have a battery charger here somewhere. I'll end up with that. Just now recharging.
So these you can get to quickly. You don't have to dig into your deeper battery stash.
And in fact, if you've watched one of my previous videos, you'll notice that occasionally the battery will last from right about there to right about there. So, good to have a few of those. So, these are cards that just say who I am, what I'm doing, and a link to the Foundation for Pride and Blindness fundraiser. I've run into a bunch of people out in the trail, out in these training rides. Bags fit for that bag. Shit. Medium forward. This top 2 bag has snacks. This is Kind bars, protein bars, and whatever fits in there that I can eat goes in that. Feed bags. On the left is always my water. Nothing else goes in there because, or in the outside pockets, because they ain't required to get things okay. On the right side, this is where the camera that we're using now would go. It sits on a stick, so I can just grab it, use it quick. And then in the back pocket here, my primary set of headphones. Again, lots of podcasts. That's it for bags. Back front, we have the Nalgene's. So there's 3 liters of Nalgene's. On this side, you can't really see it, but there's another water bottle down there. And the bear spray. So, easy access. There's no recorded incidents of people on the Tour Divide using their bear spray to protect themselves against bears.
Yeah, I think I can see the flaw in that.
Yeah.
And that the bears aren't recording this.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Those who have been eaten by bears have not been hurt.
Well, fantastic, Chris. This has been a great tour of the bike. Looks like a great bike. Looks like a great set of bags. Looks like you've thought through what goes in those bags. It's just nothing but the pedaling now.
Yeah. See you now.
All right. Thanks, everybody.
Yeah.